Good evening, everybody. This is Silk. We're doing Operation Skyfall. This is Japan turn 13. Nowhere near as exciting as last turn. We won't have any turn as exciting as last turn was. Mostly just a little bit of cleanup fights to do here and there, and then try to kind of write out all the terrible things that the Allies are going to do to us. So let's go ahead and hop into it here. First, we got some tech rolls, of course. Kind of have most of the core techs I need. Factories would be nice if I can get that before too long, but other than that, there's not a lot left that we need here. So we are pursuing factories, radar, and long-range aircraft. So factories at a 7. That's a nice start. Radar also at a 7. That's a miss. And then long-range aircraft at an 8. Yeah, that's a miss. Well, we at least got the one I like. I'm not sure if I've missed. I was thinking about that. I don't know if I've gone over yet this game. I know I haven't done 3 for 3. I don't remember if I've gone over 3 or not. Seems like it's mostly kind of a middling game where I've had a few turns I've hit 2, and a few turns I've hit 1, and it's just kind of back and forth here. All right, let's get our buys going. I think I'm saving 2, if I remember correctly. Kind of went back and forth a few times with what I wanted. After the convoy rating, we had 66 to spend. So this is 4 stages of heavy battleships at 6 each. And then 1 stage of a heavy fleet carrier or a heavy carrier for 5. So that's 29. I then have 2 heavy armor for 14, 2 infantry for 6, then 2 AAA for 8, 1 militia for 2, and then a single militia and a single infantry. So it should be 29, 39, 59, 61, 64. I end with 2. All right. Let's get into our combat moves. Just a few things here. Most of them are up here with the Russians, who don't seem to have any interest in fighting, which after that disaster of a fight in Pomorsky Krai, who could blame them? All right, so coming into Amur here, I'm going to bring 1 infantry from Pomorsky Krai, all 3 cavalry, and then this fighter from Korea. So I want to bring in the 2nd infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll bring a 2nd infantry in. So 2 infantry, 3 cavalry, 1 fighter. Going into Bratia, I've got infantry from Cheetah, plus 1 medium armor from Central Mongolia there. And I think that's all of my combats there. I don't believe I have any more up here. Can't really get to anybody else. Yeah, I think that's all we got. All right. Down here in the south, also have a little bit to do here. This seaplane is going to map this French sub, try to make it go away. This destroyer, do I not have a destroyer in P50? I do, yeah. It's 1 destroyer from P50 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and maps with that submarine, or maps with that seaplane to try to kill that submarine. This coastal sub way down here in P61 slides up to P59 and will be raiding there. All right, 2 Marines from Borneo are going to walk into Sarawak. There is on the V41 map now, because these are two islands, there's a dotted line between North and South Philippines here. So this Marine's going to take that dotted line and attack that guy there. Meanwhile, right, this, right, 1, 2, 3. This transport's going to come down. Oh no. Is it 1, 2, 1? How did I want to do that? It's this guy. That's the transport that does it, right? It picks up one Marine. So transport in P60 picks up the Marine off of West Timor, comes over to P59, picks up a second Marine, one that's on Java there, and then he comes up here into P50 and he sticks one Marine into Philippines and one Marine into Sarawak. So I've got one coming into Sarawak by Navy, and then the two walking across. Then this destroyer takes this guy here, or Laura can use that destroyer. We'll use this destroyer. Destroyer in P62 picks up the Marine in Celebes. 1 to P64, 2 to P54, claims Solomon. It's always a good sign when I got to reach into my reserves to get more control markers. That's tentatively 1. That's tentatively 1. All right. Most of this fleet is then going to come up here as we conduct naval operations and some airborne operations. So we're going to put battleship bombard into this guy, and we'll just do 2 battleship bombards into that guy, and we'll put 1 battlecruiser bombard into the guy in Sarawak. Then we have our planes. I'm going to put a tactical into each of those fights. And then that leaves me with 2 tactical and 3 fighters to kill this lone coastal submarine. We'll see if we can't get rid of him. And that should be all of my combat moves. I'm raiding. That's a non-combat. And I got a bunch of other non-combats. So, alright, there we go. Alright, so let's do the rating here real quick while I'm thinking about it. We are at +1, they are at +2. Red is the attacker. And we'll see if the blue die kills the coastal sub. So I get to 6, he gets to 6, so no damage. And the 11 says I don't die, but we do get to deny the 2 Great Britain for rating. All right. We're going to fight Namur here. I've got 3 cavalry at 2. Jesus, these cav are brutal. So there's my 1 hit. We'll do 2 infantry and a fighter just to let them feel like they did something. Good God. 2 more hits. Why can I not have these combat dice? Well, yes, I did have it in the fight. It doesn't matter. In free Primorsky Cry. Oh, if you remember the tragedies of my African campaign, or my French and British armies just got obliterated by the Italians. All right, in Brazia, it's somewhat similar. We've got 2 infantry and 1 armor. The infantry at 1s, the armor's at a 5. Oh, he gets to shoot back at me. Sorry. Militia at a 2 back in Mur. He misses. So 2 1s and a 5 in Brazia. 5, 4, 7. Those are all misses. The militia gets defended to 2. We'll do it again. There's my armor doing his job. And all right, it's Brazia off the board. That's 2 off of the Soviets. All right. Then we've got 1 off the Americans and 1 off of FEC coming. All right. 2 battleships bombarding southern Philippines. 8 and a 7. I then have 2 1s and a 7. Nothing. Uh-oh. 2 back. 2 1s and a 7. All right. Tactical's doing tactical things. In his defense. All right then. Do appreciate when my guys don't die. It does make the game a whole lot easier. All right, 1 bombarded a 3 in Sarawak. And we kill him. Nice. Jeez. So good. And Sarawak falls. All right. And then I've got 2 tacticals. 2 tacticals. 3 fighters. Killing, hopefully, this stupid submarine. Yay, 3 hits. So we send him to the bottom. All right, I've got a seaplane at 3 and a destroyer at 4. The destroyer will be red. The seaplane will be at a 3. This is on that French submarine. Double misses. The rating shall continue. All right. So let's do some non-comps, hey guys? Where's he gonna go? That's really why I wanted to kill him. This was kind of my one chance to get him. So he can go just about anywhere he wants and raid me now. So the fighter returns to Korea. 3 infantry and the 1 artillery move from Primorsky Krai to Korea. The heavy armor and the 3 medium armor move to eastern Manchuria. Heavy armor Rihi goes 1-2 into Kurland. The infantry and the artillery in Kurland come up to Central Mongolia. Seaplane will go here. Land in Kyushu. Escort carrier comes from P-16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Joins my carrier fleet in P-50. And then in that carrier fleet, we land some planes. So we drop 2 fighters and 2 tacticals. And then the other 1 fighter at that point? 1 fighter lands in Malaya. So I've got an air base there now. And a mini minor factory. All right. Now some of the fun stuff. All right, let's start with one transport in P-59. Takes heavy armor, infantry. Comes up 1, 2 to P-41. Drops them both off in Kwangtung. Transport P-59 takes the infantry off Java, the artillery off of Borneo, comes 1, 2. Drops off infantry artillery. Other 2 transports in P-59, strategic naval move 1, 2, 3, 4, go into port in Kyushu. Should have 1 transport left. It's this guy in P-50. I'll take this infantry off Sumatra. Go 1, 2, 3. Drop off in Rihe. I'll go into port in Rihe. Destroyer here in P-60 comes 1 to P-59, picks up the Marine. 2, 3 to P-62, drops it off in Dutch New Guinea. Infantry Siam walks to Burma. Infantry Hong Kong rails to Burma. Infantry from Kwangtung rails to Burma. All of the army units in British Malaya, which is a Marine, 2 infantry, 2 artillery, move to Siam. 2 torpedo boat destroyers, move to P-41. Light cruiser moves to P-41. Torpedo boat destroyer from P-60 moves to P-59. Submarine in I-12 goes to I-7. Submarine in P-61 goes to I-12. 2 submarines P-61 go to P-52. 2 submarines in P-42 go to P-52. I think that's everything I can move. Do I want to split off? We're going to split off one heavy cruiser. Sucks about not killing that submarine. One heavy cruiser goes from P-50 to P-41. That should be all of that. All right, let's get to placement. Very easy stuff. 1 militia goes in Shensi, 1 goes in Suyan. Probably not enough to stop the CCP, but you never know. Heavy armor Rihi, of course, big shock there. Heavy armor Kyushu, AAA Kyushu, 3 infantry Kyushu. We complete a heavy battleship. I'm going to have to paint some more of these. I'm going to be building way more than I have models for. So we complete a heavy battleship. It will join the other heavy battleship in Tokyo, in port there. And then advance to stage 2. I have 2 at stage 3, and then I have a heavy carrier also at stage 3. And then last thing is our AAA, which goes in our factory here in Shensi. All right, one heck of a recap coming up here. Okay. Submarine I-7, Submarine I-12, Coastal Sub P-59, Destroyer P-62, 4 destroyers P-52, Destroyer P-54, 1 Marine on Solomon Islands, 2 Marines on Dutch New Guinea. Marine in Sumatra uses the line to walk into Malaya. So Malaya is 1 Marine, 1 fighter, 1 AAA. The fleet in P-50, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 light cruiser, 2 battleships, a battle cruiser, 3 heavy cruisers, 2 fleet carriers, 2 escort carriers, 4 tacticals, 2 fighters. All these guys right here. P-41, 2 torpedo boat destroyers, light cruiser, heavy cruiser. 1 destroyer P-34, 1 seaplane in Kyushu, along with 2 transports in port, a AAA, 3 infantry, 1 heavy armor. Tokyo has 2 heavy battleships in port and an infantry. Korea is 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 fighter. Eastern Manchuria, heavy armor, 3 medium armor. Rihe, heavy armor, infantry, transport and port. Amur, 2 infantry, 3 cavalry. Brazia, 2 infantry, medium armor. Central Mongolia, 4 infantry, 3 artillery, a motorized, 1 medium armor. Militia Xi'an, Militia Shenxi. Kwangtung, 1 militia, 9 infantry, 4 artillery, heavy armor. Siam, 1 militia, 1 marine, 2 infantry, 2 artillery. Burma, 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 6 marines. And that should be everything. My income went up 3 for lands taken, and Solomon gets me 1 more bonus. So I believe I was at 54, so I think I'm now 57, and then my bonus, instead of being 14, is now 15. So 57 and 15 is 72, plus the 2 I saved should give me 74 for next turn. So check that on me, guys. And that's everything we got. Take care and have a great night.